The scent of sandalwood and fresh linen fills the air as you step into the barbershop, its old wooden floor creaking softly beneath your feet. A muted buzz hums from clippers resting on polished counters, their blades gleaming quietly under the soft light. The room feels suspended between moments, an intimate crossroads where past choices are worn like a thick cloak, heavy yet ready to be peeled away. You settle into the chair, the worn leather cool against your skin, and your fingers brush against the smooth barber's cape draped over your shoulders. The mirror before you reflects more than your image. It holds the weight of yesterday's missteps, stubborn regrets tangled like knotted hair waiting to be unraveled. The barber's hands are steady and sure, deliberate with every snip and sweep, as if each cut rewrites the paths you thought irrevocable. Away go the overgrown edges of doubt, the tangled strands of hesitation falling to the floor in quiet surrender. With each careful trim, you feel the clutter of bad decisions lift, replaced by the sharp clarity of intention. A soft breeze brushes your cheek as you breathe deeply, senses opening to the subtle transformation. It's more than a haircut. It is a ritual of renewal, a conscious choice to shed the old and embrace the possibility of change. The blade traces new contours, sculpting a reflection that speaks of hope tempered by wisdom. You sit taller as the chair slowly reclines back, the cool mirror revealing a face unburdened and ready. The moment is a turning point, where thoughtful acts reclaim control, and destiny bends before the deliberate hands of choice. You rise, the room still hums quietly with possibility, and step forward into a future shaped by fresh resolve. The faint scrape of scissors against the leather cape punctuates the stillness, mingling with the subtle hum of an old radio playing softly in the corner. The barber shop is a sanctuary carved out of quiet resolve, its walls lined with mirrors reflecting more than just faces. They capture moments suspended between who you were and who you choose to become. The scent of wood polish and freshly washed towels wraps around you, grounding your senses as the storm outside swells in the distance. Raindrops tap in erratic rhythm against the fogged windows, each one a whispered reminder of the past pressing close. Inside, time moves differently here, slower, deliberate, each snip a conscious act of intent, a soft rebellion against the chaos brewing beyond the door. The barbershop hums with a promise. That transformation is possible, that the tangle of mistakes and regrets can be unraveled and reshaped. You settle into the familiar chair, the worn leather enveloping you like a steady embrace. Your scalp tingles as the first scissors find their rhythm, trimming away more than just strands of hair. It is as if the storm inside you, the tempest of doubt, fear, and hesitation, finds its echo in this tactile ritual, each pass of the blade slicing through the fog of uncertainty. The steady movements soothe and provoke, awakening a spark beneath the surface. You realize the barber shop is more than a place. It is a threshold, a quiet fortress where thoughtful choices begin to carve out new paths. Outside, the storm rages, but here, the sharp clarity of transformation takes root beneath the steady hands of the barber. You breathe deeply, feeling both the weight of the past and the fragile hope of what lies ahead, and in this space, change begins to stir. The sharp scent of freshly sharpened blades cuts through the warm air as the barber's scissors pause just above your scalp. The hum of the clippers fades, leaving a quiet tension mingling with the steady thrum of your own heartbeat. You sit still, feeling the weight of the moment press in, a crossroads where hesitation and resolve collide in a silent dance. Your fingers twitch lightly, grappling with the fear tucked just beneath the surface. To change is to cut away what's familiar, even if flawed. The first cut promises transformation, but also loss, the tangible shedding of comfort, the uncertain unveiling of something new. The barber's steady hands hover, waiting for the signal to begin, as if knowing this is more than routine. A breath catches, held tight between past and possibility. You glimpse reflections in the mirror, faces caught between doubt and courage, mirroring the fragile choice before you. The scissors descend, a whisper of metal against hair, precise and purposeful. Strands fall away, drifting lightly like the shedding of old skin. With each snip, the fear loosens its grip, replaced by a swelling tide of clarity. A recognition that transformation is not a single act but a beginning, marked by intention and the courage to face uncertainty. The first cut becomes a declaration, a quiet promise rippling through the mirrored halls. You feel the tension ebb, your breath steadying as the barber's hands shape the edges of new possibility. In this simple yet profound moment, you meet yourself anew, stripped of old hesitations and girded with the resolve to move forward. The chair cradles you, holding the fragile balance between what was and what will be, a sanctuary where the journey of change truly begins. The soft snip of scissors threads through the quiet air, slicing strands that fall like fragile ash to the floor below. You feel the steady pressure of the barber's fingers guiding each cut, deliberate and unhurried, shaping not just hair but holding space for something deeper, an act of careful surrender. The scent of sandalwood mingles with faint whispers of old mistakes fading away. Your breath catches briefly as you watch the locks fall, each one a symbol of doubts released, fears unspooled, regrets unraveled by patient hands. The chair cradles you in this suspended moment, where letting go is less loss and more a shedding of weight that has long bowed your shoulders. It is a ritual both intimate and profound, carving space for renewal amid the familiar contours of your reflection. You notice how the edges soften, revealing new lines and shapes beneath, a glimpse of clarity pressed between the rhythms of cut and fall. The process feels like quiet alchemy, transforming tangled clutter into deliberate form, untying knots wove from hesitation and old habits. There is grace in the restraint, in choosing what to keep and what to lay down without resistance. Each measured snip chips away at the hesitations that once held you captive. You sense the subtle shift, the gentle opening within, where courage threads through the spaces left bare. This trim is not simply about hair. It is an act of reclaiming your narrative, trimming back the branches strangling new growth. As the barber's hands work with steady grace, you settle deeper into this moment of change, a tender passage from who you were toward who you are becoming. The cut nears its close, leaving behind a quiet promise of transformation embraced. The mirror before you shimmers softly, catching the gentle light as the barber's cape falls away. You lean forward, eyes tracking every line and shadow, searching not just for the shape of your hair, but for the contours of something deeper. The face reflected back holds traces of the past, yes, but also the fresh edges carved by careful choice and the quiet courage you summoned. Your fingertips hover just above the glass, tracing the image like a map rediscovered. There is a stillness in your eyes, a reflection not of perfect clarity, but of honest transformation. The hair that once obscured the view has been trimmed away, revealing not just new strands, but the promise of renewed intent and purpose. A subtle warmth spreads beneath your skin, stirring from the place where hesitation once dwelled. The barber's touch lingers in your memory, each snip a note in a song of becoming, soft but certain, deliberate yet forgiving. The reflection holds the weight of that process, a testament not only to change, but to acceptance. You realize how the familiar has shifted, yielding space for new growth, both seen and unseen. The mirror becomes less a surface and more a witness to your journey, capturing the delicate balance between what was left behind and what is embraced ahead. It is a quiet invitation to step fully into the unfolding story written in every carefully chosen action. A breath escapes, slow and steady, settling the swirling thoughts. The reflection smiles back with a gentle reassurance, a companion ready to walk beside you beyond the barbershop's doors. In that gaze, you find the strength to hold transformation close, carrying it forward into the spaces yet to be shaped. The weight in your chest lightens as the barber's chair swings slowly forward, carrying you toward the open door and the soft glow of afternoon light. Your reflection lingers in your mind, a face renewed, edges trimmed back like the worries you once carried, now shed like fallen hair drifting softly to the floor. The scent of aftershave lingers, crisp and clean, mingling with the steady beat of a heart ready to move beyond old regrets. With each step from the barbershop, the world sharpens into focus. The street hums with possibility, sidewalks leading away from shadowed pasts and toward futures crafted by deliberate choice. You feel the solid rhythm of your own feet against the pavement, a steady cadence of confidence born in quiet moments of transformation. The breeze brushes against your skin, carrying away the remnants of hesitation that clung like stale air. This new look is more than appearance. It's a declaration, a tactile emblem of the journey you undertook, the struggle, the letting go, the careful shaping of something authentic. You hold your head a little higher, shoulders unburdened, steps a little lighter. Passing strangers catch glimpses of the change, an imprint not just in your features, but in your posture, the calm assurance that radiates despite the lingering echo of past mistakes. The barbershop remains behind you, a sanctuary that marked the turning point between who you were and who you are becoming. You breathe deeply in the fresh air, embracing the open road ahead and the knowledge that transformation is ongoing. Every choice forward is an act of courage, every moment a chance to let go further and stand taller. Subscribe to hear the next chapter first.